stars because I only had 5-star droids as well.
Okay.
So I was at least I was reestablished back in the top 20. You know.
Okay.
And then as it hit 6 stars, I was able to reestablish myself at in the top 5. And as soon as I get the 7 stars, I'll be able to definitely get the 1. But I'm making like between 400 and 500 crystals. So being able to afford, and especially with the changes coming up to GAC in June, it's nice. I've got a bunch of teams that are really low gear, but I've had them, these squads longer. So I just want to know. I need to acquaint myself with the lower end of my roster.
Yeah, you need to get familiar with
I'm going to be using I'm going to be using those teams a lot more because I'm free to play.
Yeah, true.
And I can't just dump a bunch of resources like someone who's a whale.
That makes sense.
To win.
The key is to always be fluffy, and go with it. Anyways, it is 9:01 tonight. We actually started off with a little bit of swagga, right? Nev, it's conversation. We were talking about earlier. Nev has a very interesting Reddit post that I'm curious to look at and read after the show here. But today we're going to be talking about all Star Wars rumors and news. And yeah, where's the ticker tape? Right? All right.
That reminds me. I do actually have to keep talking because I'll be doing my dailies while we're talking.
Please, by all means. If you haven't paid attention to the news, a lot of stuff has come out lately. Like a lot. There have been a lot of rumors that have proven to be more accurate than quite possibly just a rumor, right? But then also there's still a lot of really other stuff that might fall into the realm of rumor, but based on the sourcing and everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not really saying that a rumor is true or false.
True.
We're simply discussing the merits
of the rumor,
and the pros and the cons of a rumor were it to be true. I mean, I'm not going to say yes, this rumor is true, or no, this rumor is false.
I will,
because it's a rumor. Or you can do that, but oh crap, Fleet.
So here's the thing. First and foremost, we got to start off with the thing that just dropped today. Is the stream dead? Son of a. It's got this dead vibe to it.
You're gonna have to fill me in, mate.
So my stream's being weird. So if it's gonna be super glitchy, we're gonna have to make some changes real quick, and we'll jump back in. But let's see. Enable live chat. Enable slow chat. Why is my internet's being super odd? It is the YouTube that is off. But let me go ahead and try to figure it out. Make sure. If it happens again, let me know, guys. From my end, it does look like everything's okay. But just in case, obviously I don't want anyone to leave because of technical difficulties.
Oh my God.
Anyways, so
just got my ass handed to you.
Just today, we saw this tweet from Gina Carano, and it was really interesting. And
is this regarding the National Geographic program that she is in with Bear Grylls?
Yes.
Being put is it being put back on Disney Plus, or is it being added to?
It is being, from my understanding, is being added to. What had happened? What had happened is when everything went down with Gina Carano, Disney's like, "Look, you're done. You're out. We're taking you off of everything." So they
except the Mandalorian.
Except the Mandalorian season 1, and we talked about this. And season 2, And on season 3, she wasn't officially like billeted to be in season 3.
Oh no. Sorry. What I meant by that was it wasn't Disney wasn't removing her from everything. When people say that Disney were trying to remove everything.
Yeah, they weren't actually trying to remove
they weren't actually trying to remove everything, and Hasbro just assumed, which is why Hasbro stopped producing the model of her. Other people that make Cara Dune models still make Cara Dune models and figures. You could, you can go online and get a Cara Dune figurine by pretty much any other manufacturer, just not Hasbro.
All right.
It's just one. So,
but Hasbro's the big one, right? Right.
Well, no, that's just it. They're not. People are under the deluded. People are completely and utterly deluded.
Fill me in on the toys here, Nev, because I've always assumed.
I'm not just talking about a toy that has a larger age. So it can be a collectible or it can be a toy for a kid. I'm talking about people that make figures and solid 3-dimensional artwork of Cara Dune.
Yeah, no, of course.
It's just one. So it wasn't like the internet collective and people that make Star Wars art and Star Wars Cara Dune figurines instantly said, let's stop making none of them. Nobody. The only corporation to make that decision was
Hasbro.
Yeah, exactly. So and this new show about the tweet, the new show that's coming to Disney. This isn't an episode that was on Disney, got removed and got put back. This is new.
It is new. It is coming out. However, it was meant to be launched previously. This was supposed to be aired already.
Oh, so Disney
had said no, not gonna happen.
The fact what Disney did was Disney kind of like, let's test we'll wait. We'll hold. We're still going to release it. This is what they were thinking. They're still going to release it. They just wanted to wait for the fires to burn down. And now the fires have gone down.
Sure.
They're simply going, right. Okay. Nobody's talking about Gina Carano anymore. They're on to the next flavor of the month.
Of course. Of course.
The next outrage cycle has happened.
Yeah. They've forgotten to be upset by her.
Exactly. And this is what happens with these outrage phases are just that. They're phases. So
you wait 24 hours
to the other. Okay. Sometimes they go all the way back to something. Think about it. Every now and then, the outrage cycle goes back to something from 2010 or 20 or 12 or something like that. Yeah. So, this might come up again 10 years from now.
Oh, sure.
in a future outrage cycle.
Sure.
But for the time being, everything. This is what I said to this when it very first happened. Things are just going to gradually return to normal, and no one's going to show any interest. And I said to you that I still think that Gina Carano is going to be in every single Star Wars TV show, playing the exact same role that Jon Favreau originally envisaged.
Oh, I think you're right too. So what's fascinating about this is, yes, the episode was removed. It was taken down and whatever. But you and I, the day this came out, the day that they were like that, all of this stuff.
The day the outrage began.
Yeah, you and I went on a stream and it was like, no, this is being blown out of proportion. One, but it's being misrepresented. Right?
Yeah. We called this. We called the phase before it
was a phase,
right as it started.
Yeah,
and we said, this. We predicted what was going to happen.
Yeah. So
I think, from a trend point of view, I think that we were extremely close. I think we hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we were right on. I think what's interesting about our take on this is it took not only it took the bigger picture, right? It said, hey, look, yeah, people are a little upset and whatever. I mean, you can get upset by whatever you get upset by, and that's going to be that's your prerogative. You do you, folks.
Yeah, I mean, because if you remember, we also discussed, we also talked about the importance of, like I said right at the beginning, the very first day of the outrage cycle, and the outrage phase specifically to this. We said, well, we added to our, our theories that, 12 months down the line, this was all going to be gone and forgotten.
Yeah.
I mean, I said I'd relic my Phoenix squad if I was wrong, and I'm quite comfortable that, it started to happen. But
sure.
We pointed out that Kathleen Kennedy's contract was up before the end of the year. It was going to be up before, it would have technically interfered with anything that Gina Carano wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was needed for. Because if you remember at the time, one of the things that we kind of cottoned onto was, oh, bloody hell, the Daily Wire may have thrown a spanner in the works by hiring her and offering her a job. Because now, whereas before she wasn't under contract to write, produce, and direct a movie, she's under contract now to do that for the Daily Wire. Yeah. So when Favreau and Lucasfilm Favreau and Filoni come back to her and say, hey, we're going to need you to do, X, Y, and Z as Cara Dune, she's going to be like, well,
hold on, brothers.
I kind of have other contractual obligations. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that, because obviously with this National Geographic regarding this tweet, all that's happening is her face is going to be on Disney.
Yeah, a show that had
it's Disney, and all those people that that banned Disney, that unsubscribed from Disney Plus specifically because they stood with Gina, will all now
come back,
stay true to their word, and be like, hey, you know what?
Yep.
We stood with Gina. We got rid of our subscription. You've listened to us,
and now we're
as
back.
Consumers and as customers, and we will return to Disney Plus.
Absolutely.
Right smack back. And here's the thing. And I don't give. We should always give credit where credit is due. Okay, we say it with CG regarding Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm going to give Disney credit for this.
Absolutely.
Because here's the thing, they already knew that a lot of the people that were I stand with Gina for Disney Plus were going to return and do a subscription for a few months for the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is something extra. It's saying, hey, look, all right, you're absolutely right. What she said has no bearing on her standing as an actor. And so here's a show with Gina Carano in it. You've won. There you go. There's your content. So all those people are now going to be permanent resubscribers at Disney Plus, because that as someone that was stood by that hashtag I stand with Gina, you've been there's the absolution, there's the admission.
It's the resolution of it all. Right?
It's like, hey, we knew you were coming back, so we've done that. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do.
Not only is it the right thing to do, I think it is the right thing to do from a whatever. But here's what I think is absolutely fascinating. It's the right thing to do from like a marketing standpoint. Because here's the thing. They did the right thing for those people, right? They're giving them an out. They said, hey, look, we know that you're going to download all of the Clone Wars or Bad Batch Season 1 illegally. So don't do that. Come back to us and let us make money off of you.
Yeah, we'll respect you as a customer and give you what you want.
Yeah, until we won't anymore.
That's all it is. It's showing respect to a customer. The fan thing is out of it. Customers said, this is what we want. You're not giving it to me. I'm going away.
I'm going somewhere else.
And the producer of that content saying, yep, you're absolutely right. You're the customer. Here you go. Here's the product you want to consume as a customer. We're giving it to you.
Exactly. And it's absolutely fascinating. I'm excited. Now again, this doesn't mean officially that she's being brought back on, but if everything goes according to plan, I say according to plan. If everything goes the way that it's still set to go, Kathleen Kennedy hasn't been renewed. She is the one with it's seemingly the one with the biggest problem against Gina Carano, right? Everything that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have been doing has been put on kind of a hiatus, right? And it's only a temporary one, right? It's not something massive. It's only probably like a couple of months.
Is there even a hiatus?
Exactly.
Is there any evidence
well,
that they're on a hiatus, or is that again rumor?
That actually is rumor. That is rumor. Only because well, hold on. Only because I can't verify it at this moment.
It can't be verified, yeah.
But no, because there were set to start filming season 3 of The Mandalorian shortly after the Book of Boba Fett wrapped, and it's supposed to wrap here fairly soon, or has wrapped, right? And so that was the plan, right? More or less.
We know this from insiders, do we? Or do we actually have confirmation?
I think that was a confirmation thing.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to go back and reread it, but like obviously during a live show, I'm not going to. But one of the things that is it makes sense, because a lot of the things that we've seen. A lot of the what do you call it? Crap, I just spaced it. I opened up a web page. I opened up Star Wars leaks on Reddit because I want to talk because of what we want to talk about next. But like, but anyways, I got sidetracked and distracted. A lot of the things that have been like rumored have kind of mixed in with a lot of the things that have been just released, right? And they're small things, like really, really small things. And so it's hard to say which is which at this point, right? Especially looking back and saying, oh, this was rumor, or this was confirmation, and now it's like slightly different. It's a whole thing. But again, this isn't verifying that she is going to be in season 3 of The Mandalorian, right? We don't even know if her story arc aligns with season 3 of The Mandalorian. What we do know is...
the I wouldn't say we do know, but one of the rumors was that her importance, that there was no importance for her in The Mandalorian, short of she wasn't going to be part of the story arc in season 3.
No,
she was going to be more of a cameo.
Yeah.
And her broader role was going to be more in the Book of Boba, which we know is 3 episodes. Now, she has a key role.
Do we know the Book of Boba is 3 episodes? I thought it was 9.
Exactly. Oh, right. It may be 9. It may be 9. But she has a significant character arc. The rumor, this is pure rumor, does have a significant character arc in the Book of Boba in order to set her up for Rangers of the New Republic.
Yes.
But the Rangers of the New Republic doesn't start principal photography until 2023.
Yeah. So it's exactly.
Okay? So worrying about a cameo in a show where principal photography hasn't ended.
Yeah.
We know that it's begun.
Yeah.
We know that it's begun.
But we don't know. I mean, it's still ongoing.
Exactly. Right? But it's still ongoing. Principal photography is still ongoing. So because it hasn't started on the Book of Boba, and we know that Kathleen Kennedy is going to no longer be the executive producer for Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
We know that somebody else will be in charge. In all likeliness. So it's just I just think that I think that things are lining up in just the way that they're
the way that fans want them to, right?
Yes.
So Aldray asks, or Aldray, I don't know how to say that. Asks, but wasn't she supposed to have an important role in the Rangers of the New Republic? Yes, she was.
But
and
no, not was, is. She is still going to be in the Rangers of the New Republic.
And that's the argument that we're making. She will.
It's not. Yeah, is that she will? Here's the thing. There's no argument in it anymore. The argument has been completely put to bed with the placing of this show with Gina Carano in it on Disney Plus. The only place any Star Wars show is going to appear is on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Disney Plus are saying we have zero issues with putting Gina Carano on this platform.
Yeah. And that's
zero.
Yeah.
There is no question of everything that Gina Carano is going to do and has planned. Whatever Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni's plans for her are now definitely 100% guaranteed to happen, because Disney Plus has said it is okay for Gina Carano to be on this platform.
See, that's where I'm going to argue with you, because I don't think it's a definite. It's a definite. I think that's what's implied. They haven't.
No. If I'm asking you to legit, to explain the reason behind that conclusion, because it is, I just want to know, get deeper into it. What's your justification for that argument?
So the argument is they need to cut, just like we couldn't say at the time that she was fired or let go because they haven't officially done it. They also haven't officially brought her back, and so I don't think that it's a.
You see, and I totally get that, and it's a perfectly valid opinion. But you're making a subjective opinion based on subjective data, because it's not a rumor it's a rumor one way or the other.
Yeah.
So there's some ambiguity.
Sure.
Because of that ambiguity, it makes it it's subjective data. I'm making my conclusion based on objective fact. Disney Plus has put Gina Carano on their platform. There is no disputing that. That is objective fact. So I'm saying that every single plan that that Lucasfilm has regarding, and I'm talking about Dave Filoni, and I'm talking about Jon Favreau, how they want her in what shows and in what incarnation and whenever, is 100% going to happen.
Because Disney, of what you see here.
Because Disney it's not Disney having an opinion one way or another and changing it. It's them saying Gina Carano is on Disney Plus. We will put,
So based off of the fact that she's back, everything else
returns to normal. There is no need to rumor as to whether she will or will not come back. Well, that's it. She's back. Period.
Okay.
She is back. Period.
And see, I agree with you. I agree with you that she's back, but I feel like there's still going to be some nuance there. I don't think it's going to be as cut and dry as she's back.
Yes,
and that's the end of it.
And that's the thing. That if Lucasfilm does not redo her character, that the people at Disney are going to be like,
why'd we bring her back if you're going to?
Well, excuse me. I thought, no, Disney, the parent company, says to Lucasfilm, the child, I thought we'd established that Gina Carano, we want Gina Carano on the platform. Why are you not putting her back in the character that she's in?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen because Kathleen Kennedy is not likely to be there after August. But let's say hypothetically she is, okay? That's Disney telling Lucasfilm, you will do what we want. Gina Carano is okay on Disney Plus. We want Gina Carano on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And they're saying they want it because they're doing it.
And see, here's the thing. Rusty Jason in the chat says, and he mentioned this in a comment on the post the video that I made earlier today. It's difficult, and I'm right there with him. It's I don't want to say that I believe she's coming back until Kathleen Kennedy is gone, because while she is still officially in charge, I don't think there's a way that Gina Carano Cara Dune returns officially, right? Now that doesn't mean that they will wait until September and start principal photography or even like storyboarding season 3 and all of those others if they haven't already completely done it, which I believe they probably have. So, but until she's gone, until Kathleen Kennedy is gone, saying anything definitively or even remotely definitive, I think is a really it's dangerous because you get your hopes up.
No, I'm not. Whether my hopes are up or not is irrelevant. The reason why I say it's definitive is because it does not matter if Kathleen Kennedy's contract is renewed in August, or if it isn't. If it isn't, it's going to happen the exact same way that I say it is now, right? And if she does get, what I'm saying is, even if she does get hired, that it plays out the exact same way, because at the renewal, at the renewal, when they speak to her, when they either let her go or crap, I forgot I was in the middle of the battle. Whether shove it on auto, I should win. Whether she, during that meeting, because there will have to be some kind of a discussion between the two parties. Sure. It'll be, we're renewing you, and that's it. They won't say anything. They won't infer anything. They'll just say to her, we're renewing you.
Yep, because they didn't officially fire her. They let it known as a tweet.
Yeah, but and here's the thing: for you've got to remember that these types of contracts have clauses written in them, all manner of various different clauses, and so if they renew her and John and Dave continue doing everything that they want, but then Kathleen Kennedy steps in and goes, I don't want her in the shows. You have to write her out. Yeah. Everybody would then go, hang on a minute, she's on Disney Plus already. Yeah. What's the issue here? And then the executives will go, yeah, what's the issue here? She's there, and it'll be like she's in. Yeah. Or you're fired, and that'll be it. Because those two things would come into direct contractual conflict. Yeah.
But I mean, potentially,
they just would. That would just be a matter of fact. So I'm saying that everything's going to play out, whether Kathleen Kennedy's on from August until that's why I'm saying it's a definite. Kathleen Kennedy doesn't say whether Gina Carano is on Disney Plus or not on Disney Plus.
No, but she does.
Disney's telling. No, I get saying that. To her, we choose.
I get that.
We choose.
No, I get that 100%. Kathleen Kennedy is still in charge of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Right? She's still in charge of Lucasfilm right now. And yes, the higher ups, Bob Chapek is going to say, "Look, Kathy, you do what we tell you to do." Right? That's she reports to him or whoever. Someone with more power will say, "You need to make this right, Kennedy, or else." And that or else is, you're let go, whatever. But until that is official, Kathy Kennedy still has every single responsibility and power to say, "No, she's not coming back."
But what I'm saying.
No, I understand your argument. I do. Yeah, I 100% do. But
I'm just saying, that there won't be any time gap for it to and that's what I'm saying. Whether she stays on or not, if she stays on, there is no time gap for her to stop it. Because here's the thing: as soon as Dave and John need her for any principal photography whatsoever, right? Mm-hmm. The notification would be sent through HR to either the person needed or an agent or a lawyer or something like that. So she'll get contacted, and at that point, at that very moment, that is when Kathleen Kennedy either says yes or no. And if she says no, then it goes immediately from HR back to the person, and it gets immediately raised with the producers and the executive producers.
Yeah.
And the issue would be resolved then and there in that one single moment.
But see, I don't know a single business that runs that quickly, and I don't believe Hollywood runs that quickly.
No, and most the majority of situations at businesses that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But when a profit driven a major profit decision.
No, I agree.
Is made, the boards are, a board of directors will have, in their clause, notification clauses. So, if a profit driven business decision needs to be made that's in the thousands or the tens of thousands, we don't need to hear about it. But if it's something that crosses the threshold into the millions,
then
it'll be like then the board, the board of directors would be convened. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying the second she says no is the second that the company engage with Gina Carano.
But I think you're missing a key step there, Nev. I don't think it goes directly back to the producers. I think it moves on past Kathy Kennedy. It goes like exactly what you're saying. It goes to the board. Then the board is like, oh look, hold on, we're on the board of Lucasfilm, and you're doing all this stuff again, and we don't care for it. You're messing with our bottom line. We need to make some changes. That's when Iger to some extent still and Chapek come in like, look, man, you got to make some changes. We want her back on. And I think you're right. I think ultimately you were right that nothing will change, that it will progress continually. The one thing I was going to say earlier is we haven't gotten a cancellation of Rangers of the New Republic. We've heard rumors, unsubstantiated rumors, that things are going to be changing. One of the rumors that I've heard is not only has Jon Favreau brought saying, hey, this is what we're doing. Like, I've heard that Jon Favreau's shown up to Lucasfilm. That doesn't make any sense because Jon Favreau has already got it confirmed with Lucasfilm that this is being made. The rumor that I heard that I put a little bit of weight on is that Jon Favreau took his script, his treatise for the Rangers of the New Republic, his whole idea.
His treatment. Sorry, you mean.
His treatment, yeah, treaty, whatever. I trying to sound smarter and then I sound like an idiot. His treatment for Rangers of the New Republic, not to the higher ups at Lucasfilm, but to Disney, and said, "This is what I was planning to do. By firing her, you've thrown all of that away, and now I've got to make major changes. Those major changes are going to cost money. That money's coming directly from you at a time when you're spending millions and millions of dollars on direct-to-streaming content. You cannot afford to waste this time and money, right? Now, if that's the case, I think everything that you just said is accurate. 100%. Now, you and I could argue about this for the rest of the night, but we need to talk about a few other things. Mm-hmm. Specifically, the KOTOR remake. Now, you're a fan of the Old Republic, right, Nev? I mean,
yeah.
So
before you say anything, yes, I have watched some of the videos on that guy's channel.
Yes. First off,
the guy that uses Unreal Engine you're talking about.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my. Oh no. That's only part of it. So with the KOTOR remake, we've got two different things that we need to be aware of. We've got I forget his channel. I forget the name of the channel, but he does some awesome work. It is essentially this guy has taken KOTOR and put it through Unreal Engine and made it look beautiful. Mm. Like, it is, because here's the thing. I love the storyline. I struggle because that game has not aged well. And as much as I loved playing it like back in 2000, like playing it now on like an ultra high def TV or even on my phone can kind of be painful. like, because before I would download it as like a ROM or something. I mean, I bought the game years ago, and I've repurchased the game. But like when I had it on my phone, I had it as a ROM or whatever. And I mean, I won't admit to that. So I'm gonna stop that line of statements. But but like, I mean, I've bought it. I've purchased the game like 2 or 3 times. I've played it through at least twice each game. But recently there was an interview.
You mean this?
Yes, those 2 games. Recently there was an interview by, I forget his name. Just Jason Synth. I forget his name, but he is a well-known video game reporter who has talked a lot about, he's got a lot of great connections, a lot of different connections in Star Wars and Star Wars gaming, and for months and I think years even, he said there's something in the works with KOTOR. If and when it gets remade, it will not be remade by EA. It'll be remade by someone else. And then, he was digging a lot more. But recently he was on a show. Let me bring it up if I can find it. Recently he was on a show, and it was just Jason Schreier.
Jason Schreier.
Yeah, Schreier. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me bring.
He's a freelancer now. He used to write for Kotaku.
But no, he's actually not a freelancer anymore.
Oh, I thought he was a freelancer.
What
publication did he move to?
I want to say that it's. Oh.
Who's the article written for? Not by.
For I don't know, but this was actually a. Let me play it real quick. It was an interview on the Min Max show, which I was unfamiliar with, but this was really interesting. And what was fascinating about this is it actually, this was just one segment that I'll play real quick. This is on Reddit leaks, or Reddit/Star Wars leaks. But if you go to Ben Henson, who did the interview on the Min Max show, mm-hmm. he confirms that Aspire Studios is the one actually doing it. Now this would, let me bring it up. Oh, balls. Okay, so here it is. Crap, hold on. So it's 37 seconds. I'm gonna skip ahead just a little bit so I don't get like dinged for copyright. But let's watch it.
Was in development, it wouldn't be happening at EA, and now people are just linking back to that tweet, and it's become this weird circular logic where now I have like friends texting me like, "Hey, KOTOR remake, come and win." I'm like, I don't think that's happening as far as I know.
You are so devious. You're trying to get more news out of this.
Is there actually something there? I'm just assuming. I'm assuming it's all that old tweet.
Yes,
that's
there is something there. Yes, it's real.
Really? I still.
So it's a real brief. Hopefully you guys could hear that. It was a real brief thing that he's just like, look, we were thinking that there was something there. People are talking about there being something there. And he's just like, I don't know. The host, he's like, I don't know. That's weird. But then this guy who has, he is if you go and watch the interview, he actually continues on. He's like, yes, there is something there. I don't like typically reporting on things that I'm not sure of. But at this point, he's like, yeah, this is in the work. Aspire is doing it. He goes off and he talks about how it is something that is going to happen. Now, he doesn't say, and what's actually interesting is he brings a really good point, because he talks about how so many people get really upset about leaks and rumors and stuff like that, and he's like, look, this happens in every other medium, right? Whether it's sports or whatever, someone presents information and people run with it, right? But with media, with this type of stuff, people get so upset at the leaker. They get upset at a bunch of other stuff. And he's like, that's not, it was a really interesting conversation. And I recommend everyone go back and look at it. But what's fascinating, hold on, I just changed some things. Maybe, whoa. Holy crap. I just zoomed in on Nev. Everything Nev. I've got to make some changes real quick. I apologize, guys. I was earlier, but anyways, as we are talking about this, But as we were talking about this, I was going through oh, here's the thing. This is what I was gonna say. Oh balls, screw it. I'm gonna fix it this way. Oh my goodness.
What on earth are you
What
doing?
did I do? So I was wondering, I was like, because Nev and I are on Zoom, and Zoom is probably the thing that's going to take over the world in the next few years. And we're on Zoom, and I was like, why is it so small? Why is it so pixelated? And then there we are. Holy crap, that looks so much better. And it's because I shrunk everything down.
You sussed it.
I did. I did something stupid, is what I did, and so
Okay.
now you can all make fun of me. But
I've opened up the chats now.
okay, so here's the thing, right? It's coming, right? Aldray says, "Come on, Thaddeus. I thought you were a pro with this." Oh, I feel like that's very tongue in cheek because I think Aldray knows well enough that I'm not. I'm far from a pro, and it wouldn't be a Star Wars. It wouldn't be a Going Nerdy live stream if there weren't technical difficulties. Like,
Yeah, I'm just
lots
looking
of
back
them.
at some. I'm just looking back at some of the chats. Rusty Jason's one of the things Rusty Jason said was KK would need to keep Gina out as a power move.
Yeah.
And again, I'm pointing to the irrefutable fact. Again, that what she wants, a power move, it's irrelevant. You know, it is literally what she wants regarding the product that Disney wants to sell is irrelevant.
I think to a point you're right. I do. I do. I think to a point you're absolutely right. But what I'm saying though is until it's different, until it's 100% different, until she is no longer in charge, it is a power move, but it is one that she's going to make 100% of the time. I mean that's something that we've seen her do in the past. Now, back to this. Back to KOTOR.
Really? When is she, I'm sorry. Just
When has Kathleen Kennedy made a power move?
No. I'm not a power move. When has Kathleen Kennedy made a decision that goes contrary to something Disney wants?
When
And
she
hasn't.
alienated an entire
Not
the fandom?
not the fandom, the company.
That is the
She hasn't. You know, the company. You know, sells X, Y, and Z.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
So, and one of the producers of Disney products is Lucasfilm. So Lucasfilm were doing what Disney Plus, what the Disney company wanted, producing products and selling stuff.
Yes.
That was it. Pure and simple. That's it. That was her. They haven't come to her and said, this is something that we want you to do. You will do it, and then she's ignored them. That's not.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, I was just trying to think of a situation where Disney has said to Lucasfilm, you will do X, and Kathleen Kennedy saying
by simply being Kathleen Kennedy.
Right.
No, hold on, and that's not a slam against Kathleen Kennedy. She is the person in charge, right? By simply being that person in charge, that is a power move, and what Jon Favreau has done is he has undercut her power by creating something way more beloved than what she created. Not only in the sequel trilogy, but also in the High Republic. Now, I'm not going to bash the High Republic or the sequel trilogy. I mean, there's, like I've said every time, there's things that I like about it. The High Republic, some of them are fun stories. But, like, everyone has that book that they read in old canon. They were like, this seems a little off. They that's all of the High Republic right now. It's all off.
Lucasfilm can think all the things that they want, right?
Yeah.
and and they're not going to give a rat's ass about all of that, in-house politics. All right,
Until it stops making money.
All Disney sees is Kathleen Kennedy has made this product, and this product has made X.
Yeah.
John Favreau has made this product, and it's made more money than we expected.
Way more money.
Exactly, way more money than expected. So they're just looking at those two parties, and it's like, okay,
And so
that product must get made, and that product must be sold by Disney. Okay.
Yeah.
The second, and this is why I say it doesn't matter whether she's in or out. The second she makes a decision that could interrupt the generation of that income from that product,
Gina Carano,
and they're all and Gina Carano is the product, then
that's the decision though, Nev. That's the power play that she made. She found someone who was more beloved than Rey, right? And I gotta say, I like Rey. I think Daisy really did a great job at Rey. I don't think Rey was written really well. I think there's a ton of huge plot holes in 7, 8, and 9, and we've discussed that ad nauseum. But like,
yeah.
But like,
well, no, we'll move on to the.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted you, and you're now rebutting what I said. I didn't mean for us to, start a report.
No, but you brought up a good question or a good comment, and I think it's valid.
But yeah, you wanted to move on to.
I do. So Kotor 2, or Kotor the remake. Now it's Aspire has done. They're the ones that are in charge of it. Now, Aspire Video Games are also the ones that have done these ports, and like until I researched this, I had
done what ports
exactly.
What have they done ports of, and to what platform?
So you said ports like you didn't know what it was either. I didn't know.
No, I know what a port
had
is.
no effing idea what a port was.
I know what a port is.
I think a port in the storm. I think port as in like there's a wine named port.
Yeah, no, a port is a game that
is a steak.
Yeah, no, a port in gaming terms, a port means a game that is on one format that can then be played. It gets kind of home brewed so that it's on another format. So something that was only exclusive on PlayStation, all of a sudden becomes a game. That game becomes available to play on like a Android platform or something like that. That's what port means.
And so that's exactly what happened. So KOTOR 2 was ported into mobile. Let's see. Hold on, background. There we go. Display. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at the internets. But KOTOR 2 they were the ones that did KOTOR 2, and they brought it from the traditional whatever to Android, right? They were the ones that went from what it was to what it is. So let me show you. I'm bringing up the Aspire right now. So Star Wars Racers, which is the pod racing game, is now on Switch. Let's see. Games. Actually, I'm just going to type in Star Wars, and then I'll show you all of them if I can type in the box. So they did Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2. They did the other stuff for SWTOR, or not SWTOR, KOTOR 2, like the extra stuff, Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight Academy, and the most recent one, the one that I'm super familiar with, and actually conned my daughter into allowing me to buy it for her as a reward. Republic Commando.
Yeah, I've got that on PC CD. What format did you get it on?
Nintendo Switch.
Switch.
All of these are now on Switch. Or, and you can see here, if they're not on Switch, they're on either Switch or like Windows, right? So like down here, Star Wars Jedi Knight Academy 2, Jedi Knight Academy 1, Switch, PS, PlayStation, Racer, Star Wars.
Is that all in? Is that all in the Switch store? Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like $15, right? So on a side note, my youngest daughter she's 5. She plays soccer. She's freaking adorable. I love her, but she's not very aggressive when she plays soccer. So I told her, I was like, if you score a goal, if you score 3 goals, I'll buy you Star Wars Republic Commando. And she's like, you mean the Mandalorian game? I'm like, that's the one. and I bet you she wants to play it because she thinks Baby Yoda's going to be in it, and he's not. And I don't. I mean, I love her, but at this point, I was going to buy it anyways. Now I have a reason to buy it because my daughter's excited, and my wife can't argue. She's like, you can't spend more money on video games. I'm like, no, this isn't me. This is for our child.
One of the things that that hasn't been done, but I think will be done.
Okay.
That I think will be done is I think that there'll be video games made based around some of the TV shows that are currently being made.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's an extra. I'm still waiting for the some kind of an announcement regarding the Mandalorian.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The R&D on a game usually takes a couple of years for before they because it takes many years to develop a game.
True.
They don't usually announce that a game is being developed until they're at least halfway through the development.
No, and I agree with that. But here's the thing, though. This is considered a rework, right?
Yes.
Now it's not considered like a full-on. This is a new game, and because it's KOTOR, it's not a new game, right? Players don't want a new game; they just want it to not have that same pixelated feeling, right? So I'm going to show you this, and hopefully this isn't like. I don't think it's doxing, but I hope it's. I'm showing the jobs listed Aspire, so if I'm wrong, I apologize, but. Like, as I'm looking at this, I see a combat designer for an RPG game, right? I see, like, AI engineer, global community and social media. So, like, they're building towards something, right? Lead systems designer, project managers, quality assurance assist. So, there's a lot of things that in my mind, and I'm not a game designer, so I don't entirely know. But when I look at these things, and specifically combat designer, right, it feels very like, okay, and I've shrunk the page again, damn it. But like, it feels very much like okay, so this is what we're going for, this is what we're interested in, and like, this is what you need to know, right? It's...
Yeah. I mean, I do think that they are going to develop it. I mean, the millions of copies of Jedi Fallen Order proved that Star Wars customers that play video games are on the market for games that are just a story-driven video game, and that's it.
Absolutely.
Because that's all. It's not an open world. It's not, a game that can have consumables put in it. It's just a game on its own. So, which is why I think that one of the other reasons why the Lucasfilm division of gaming booted back up again. They're like, okay, we need to return to the days of
the golden days.
Yeah, the golden days of the of the 90s and the noughties when. Dozens of games a season were being churned out,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
so this game has it just been ported to the Nintendo Switch? Has it been ported to any other formats?
Right now, no. It's been ported to Nintendo Switch, and I want to say the PlayStation, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, no, because the thought that's occurred to me is because these are old games. I'm just wondering if they got ported to PlayStation.
Android?
That was all.
Oh no, yeah, some of them have. Some of them absolutely have.
Have they been ported to PlayStation 1 though?
I don't know.
Because if those games have been ported to PlayStation 1, these little handheld consoles
Yeah.
that are going around at the moment. This one belongs to BCM, Big Country Mags. He won it on the giveaway on the channel on Friday.
Yeah.
Those little handheld emulators will emulate PlayStation 1 games.
Yeah.
So you could potentially get yourself one of these nice little cheap handheld emulators and play these games on those damn things, which would just be even more awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, so like that's the thing though, is like the Old Republic originally is now on, like, it's on Android, right? Number 2 is it's on Windows, but in the DLC is on for number 2 is on Windows, but it's not on Android. But like the thing about it though is, like, again, just like with Del Rey, like we talked about last week with Del Rey Books, how they're relaunching. Oh, and by the way, boosh, love it. So you weren't looking. Star Wars Outbound Flight. It's this is a mass, what they call a mass market media book, right? So it's smaller, it's like bite size, it fits in your pocket. The other one is going to be bigger, larger print. There'll be, like, I think a few pictures in it. But like they're looking back at this old content that fans loved, right? That Disney's not making a single dime on because fans are either buying it secondhand or they're downloading it, via other sources. And so what they're doing, in my mind, is they're looking to Aspire and these other game companies to say, hey, look, take what we've done before, make it better, build hype around Star Wars gaming like it was in the past. And while you're doing that, on the back end, we'll have some of these other companies really build something lovable, something that fans absolutely love, like a Jedi Fallen Order, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing: they know that they're going to make that. They know that they're going to sell at least 8 million copies, because they know that the popularity. Everybody that bought the first game is going to buy the second game.
Yeah. Exactly.
If they make something of similar quality, obviously.
Exactly.
If they don't make a sequel of similar quality, or exact quality, then the people that first bought one might not be inclined to buy the second one.
True. But I still think
good that this game is good. I mean, is there any talk on when it's going to be ready?
There's not as of yet. So the fact that it's been unofficially confirmed means that they're working on, because here's the thing. They haven't said when KOTOR, brought by Aspire, is whether it's going to be a full-on rework or if it's just a port. Because if it's just a port, there's not as much work that goes into it.
Oh, no, you're wrong there, mate. You're wrong there.
Really?
Yeah. Some ports, sometimes some games get ported, and they'll make it look better, or they'll make the graphics look better. If you I've played ports of Quake and Doom on my handheld devices, and it looks better. It's been tidied up and it looks better.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like the straight edges where you've got the polygons and you can clearly see right angles and straight lines.
Yes.
Things like that during ports get removed.
Yeah. But that's my point though. Is it is, and I'm not saying that, like, it's not a difficult thing to do. What I'm saying is it's different than creating a game from scratch. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
That's my point there. Is it's just not them creating a game from scratch. Now, I've heard that there's potential new voice work being added. There's there'll be potentially new cutscenes. One of the things that's rumored is that with KOTOR 2, if I remember correctly, and one of the things that I heard actually was that KOTOR 2 doesn't have a very, what do you call it, finalized ending. Am I wrong on that? But I don't know.
No, I've not seen the rumor, so I wouldn't know.
Anyways, but like
KOTOR
2, that KOTOR 2 doesn't have a really conclusive ending. to get the full ending of what happens to Revan and everything, you have to like go back and read the book. But like if that's the case, what they might do with this is they might actually go and say, hey, as part of this port, we're going to...
Sorry.
No, you're fine. As part of this port, or part of this remake or whatever, we're going to add some story, right? We're going to add some more depth, right? Again, with the idea of taking away not just the polygons, but making it feel more modern, taking away the turn-based fighting style would also be a really interesting thing to do with this game. So there's a lot of stuff still out there that's not confirmed by any means. But there's a lot of changes that could be made and improvements. Now here's the thing, and this is something that I'm really excited for. This could officially make Revan canon. He is canon, but he's only canon in the sense that he was mentioned in a visual dictionary. Like,
well, that's the kicker, isn't it? I mean, he won't be official canon until, I suppose, technically until he is recognized by Disney with a Disney product.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way.
Or a Disney sanctioned product.
Yeah.
The Knights of the Old Republic and the characters and all of that stuff, that was all created by somebody else. Yeah, sure, Disney owns it. Disney profits from it. Mm-hmm. But they haven't made anything new using that lore or incorporated it into their stuff. So
Not yet.
Not yet, exactly. And
now,
that's the big
thing. That is another rumor that I'd like to transition to is the rumor that Keanu Reeves is coming to Star Wars. Now, first off, I want Keanu Reeves as Revan. If he does come. Again, total rumor. If he does come. And I think we talked about it, I think a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we have talked about it before. From a business perspective, from a purely business perspective, it would be quite a coup. Mm-hmm. It would be quite the coup, and Disney would make profit from it without a doubt. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, I've heard two conflicting rumors with Keanu Reeves. Okay, one, he's Revan, and he should be in my mind. Keanu Reeves and Tom Hardy as Revan Malak, perfect in my mind. Tom Hardy's an amazing actor. I still think that Tom Hardy is, and this is going to sound wrong to so many people, is not well known enough
he
for
is.
the greater audience.
He is known. He just doesn't have name recognition.
There you go.
They might not know who Tom Hardy is, but if they saw his face, he has been in a movie that they have seen.
Exactly. Tom Hardy is great, right? And like nerds across the world are like, yeah, Tom Hardy. Everyone knows Tom Hardy is, right? Just makes sense. But like outside, and that's the other thing too. They're trying to bring in, Disney wants to continue what George built, and they're trying to bring in new generations of fans all the time. Bring in a heartthrob like Tom Hardy and Keanu Reeves, I would just make the most sense. I mean, it would be awesome. Now, here's the thing, though. The counterpoint to that rumor of Keanu Reeves coming in and potentially playing Revan is that Keanu Reeves will come in and not play Revan, but he will play Darth Vitiate, if I remember correctly. And I know I butchered his name, but if I remember correctly, Darth Vitiate is the guy in SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, that created, essentially, he was one of the High Sith, right? Or the, right? So, I stopped playing SWTOR before his storyline was introduced. And even when I played it, I'm more of a hack and slash. I never actually paid attention to the story. I remember I got about halfway through the Revan story and I realized, oh, this is about Revan. I was like, oh, okay. But the idea is that he plays the supreme lord of the Sith in unknown regions, in the unknown region, and specifically on Exegol. Now, I find that very fascinating because I have a feeling. Well, actually, not that I have a feeling. I am re-listening to Star Wars, Thrawn Ascendancy, Chaos Rising, and in this book, it specifically says that the Chiss have been inside the Chaos since the war with the Galactic Republic and the Sith. Right? And so the Chiss have been in the Chaos, or the unknown region, depending on which side of it you're looking into or out of, right? But they've been in there since that time, right? And that what caused the chaos to happen was that there was essentially a great destruction, and I'm hoping that it wasn't just an intergalactic highway car crash. That's what I'm really hoping that it's not. But they've been in this area. I mean, they say for millennia, so the car crash, I feel like, probably doesn't apply. And for those of you who don't know, that's essentially the premise of the High Republic. The Republic's going through this car crash moment, and they've got to figure stuff out. I don't know. It's weird. But what's fascinating though is if that's the case, it would connect the sequel trilogy to Palpatine. It would connect it to Thrawn. It would connect it to a lot of things. And it could potentially breathe new life into the sequel trilogy. Now, I personally want Thrawn as a Thrawn. I personally want Keanu Reeves as Revan, because I think he would play an amazing job. I think he would do a great job. I see a lot of the stuff that they're doing with bringing back in old canon, bringing back in old legends, and saying, hey, this is what we're doing moving forward. And as they do that, I have a feeling that if the rumor is true, it is more likely that he is going to be Thrawn. Damn it, Revan, than anything else. Because it would make sense to spend time outside. I don't mind living outside of the Skywalker realm, right? My Star Wars doesn't need a Skywalker per se. It does need Jedi. It does need Sith. It needs a damn good pirate from time to time. Give me a great smuggler, some sword fighting action. I want some moral dilemma. I want a good story. I don't care.
I mean, it's not. Here's the thing. It's nice to get some Luke. It's nice to get some Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's not needed
Not
as long
at
as
all.
they're giving us good Star Wars stories.
Yeah.
And every now and then we get a little bit of Luke, or maybe a little bit of Luke Skywalker. Then yeah. Most Star Wars fans are happy.
I don't need Chewbacca, but mention Wookiees just once, and I'll be happy, right? Tell me about the murder bears and how they clearly are eating other human. They're eating humanoid creatures, right? That's fine. Give that to me, right? But I don't need a Skywalker. That being said, Thrawn, there's a Skywalker, and not just Luke or Anakin, which I guess he would be at that time. Skywalkers are what the Chiss refer to as their navigators. They don't have like the technical hyperdrive jumps. They use force sensitive people. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, oh, hey, you've got the Force, navigate. And it's,
I mean, that's taking from
Legends?
That's existing Jedi lore. That is what used to happen in the days of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
5,000 years ago, before hyperspace lanes were plotted out.
Yeah.
You would literally get people that would, fly around in their ship finding routes
Yeah.
that, they could that they could sell. So this law has
Exists.
existed. So
Yeah.
it exists.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember that there's a Knights of the Old Republic comic book. I'm trying to remember. It's about a brother and sister, and they're both. It's during the Exar Kun era.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's the Sith Empire era. Back way back, thousands of years back before the Rule of Two.
Yeah. And so, like, that's the thing is, like, I love the idea that that's something that could come in, right? That some of these old legends, and again, it comes down to essential legends versus just legends. I think that's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant move, and it is why I feel like these rumors about casting, these rumors about like the what is it, the undisclosed or unspecified Star Wars shows. Like, there's still 3 trilogies out there that we don't have any information on because they're not going to start working on them just yet, right? The people are directing. The directors are like kind of like putting the concepts out together. They're putting their feelers. They're doing their research. But like, I think the first movie, of this these new trilogies doesn't come out till like 2023 or 2024.
Here's the thing, it's going to take planning. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, and it's going to take planning. And let's not forget where Jon Favreau's Iron Man ended up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mando is has the potential to be the Iron Man of the MCU.
Yes, it does.
The Mandalorian is the beginning of, I mean, obviously, with the comic books, it was referred to as the MCU. The Marvel. It's the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And at the moment, obviously, it's kind of like being earmarked as the Filoni Favreau verse, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what everyone's excited for.
Yeah,
the Filoni Favreau verse.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the thing is, you see, Favreau has experience of taking it from different mediums. I mean, Iron Man was a comic. That was it. Iron Man was a comic book, and he wasn't the biggest one of them all. I think he was something like, at the time Iron Man was made, the Iron Man comic book was owned. It wasn't number 1. I think it was either 4th or 6th.
Really?
He was not the most popular Marvel comic book character at the time.
Yeah.
That's why the Mando season 2 finale was so universally enjoyed, because it was Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker is, at the top of that list.
Yeah.
Like Batman and Superman are for DC. Lower down the line is like the Green Arrow, and Revan's like the Green Arrow to Star Wars fans,
Yeah.
To us, he's, much higher up the list, but to other people, it's like, that's not really one of my priority characters.
Exactly.
But Jon Favreau took a low priority Marvel character and turned it into a franchise that accumulated in Infinity Wars and Endgame.
Yep.
And that is what he is going to do for Star Wars.
Absolutely. And that's not just what Lucasfilm sees, and that's why they probably brought him on in the first place, but that's what Disney sees.
Yeah, exactly. Think about what time period? Just tell me what time period again the first Captain America movie was in.
The 20s?
No. It was no. In the MCU. It was the Second World War.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know if it was the first
or the second.
No, it went back to the mid 20th century. So, it's like, well, we've got stories that are 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, we'll do a movie about that then. So the Revan and the Old Republic era. That's like, right, okay. So we'll go back to that era and make a movie.
Yeah. So here's what we have, right? So we have. This was an older. This one's been updated since, obviously, it's been updated a lot. But you've got Star Wars New Trilogy 1, 2020, and these have been adjusted quite a bit. but like one of them is being done again by Rian Johnson, which you guys ready for this? This is what I hope Rian Johnson's movie looks like. Okay. And I don't know. Someone gave me this idea, and I'm like, this is exactly what I want. Okay. Rian Johnson's movie needs to be a trilogy, like unto Croc Hunter. Right? No, Crocodile Hunter? Crocodile with Steve Irwin. Yes. What was that called? Right?
He was the crocodile hunter.
The Crocodile Hunter, right? So, you have a character who's, I don't know, a Jedi, fallen Jedi, maybe whatever. And all he's doing, he's going from planet to planet, categorizing animals. He's like, oh, look at the Rancor. Look at his beautiful, sharp teeth. Oh, he's got me in his claws, right? He's going to try to eat me. And then, like, from inside the mouth, he connects with the Rancor, right? I want to see that. I think that would,
Star Wars comedy, yeah.
It doesn't always have to be heavy, right? But it shouldn't be lighthearted just for the sake of being lighthearted, unless that's what the show is, right? And I think a Star Wars comedy that kind of juxtaposes or connects the greater rebellion or the greater universe as like the problems that are going on with something slightly silly, I think would be a great idea. I don't necessarily trust Rian Johnson to create something epic per se, but we'll see. Now there are rumors.
Yeah, no, I mean, see that's one of the. These are the kind of rumors that I don't, give any countenance to, and that's because until it's announced that principal photography has started on something, we don't know. We just don't know. The only person that we know that works at Lucasfilm that actually makes stuff is Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
That's true.
That's it.
Well, I mean, we have the list of other directors and who are in, like, we have a list. We know who's doing Andor. We know who's doing Obi-Wan.
Yeah, because those were all officially announced.
Well, that's my point. Like, it's
if Rian Johnson was doing a trilogy for Star Wars, it would have been announced at the same event. It wasn't, which is why the rumors that which is why I don't pay them any countenance.
That's not a rumor though. That's like they've come out and said Rian Johnson is doing a movie. That's not a rumor. That's fact, right?
Yeah, but no. The point I'm making is before Disney announced, Ahsoka and all of the other TV shows, there was a rumor that Rian Johnson was making Star Wars movies. Then Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, they made the announcement of all of the new TV shows and movies that are being made, including, Rogue One and Ahsoka, and announcing the directors of those movies, right?
Yeah.
Rian Johnson was not included.
He was. Rian Johnson was mentioned in that Kathleen Kennedy. It was
the live broadcast.
Yeah. I'm like, now that you have me second guessing myself, I'm like 90% sure that he was like, it was like an unofficial trilogy will begin, right? But they only showed what they were doing. But they listed.
Yeah, but did they? So his name was announced at that press conference.
I am like 90% sure. Now that you've got me asking it. Or thinking about it.
I'm wanting to Google it now.
Yeah. So, but the rumors are that it's dead, one way or the other. The rumors are that his work, anything that he was going to potentially have, is just gone. Right. That's the rumor. So, now I want to wrap it up though. Bad Batch comes out in less than 2 weeks. May the 4th is. Let's see, 7, 8, 9 days away. Okay? And I don't, have we decided, are we going to do a live watch party? I think we talked about it.
For the Bad Batch? Yeah, no, I sent a message to Paul a couple of days ago saying, that we needed to have a conversation about, what format we were going to do. Were we going to do a similar format to when we did? Perfect example would be when we did Talking Clones.
Yeah.
We didn't do live. We didn't do live viewings until the story started getting really the last 4 episodes.
Yeah.
We didn't do watch parties for 1, 2, 3, and 4.
No.
We didn't do them for 5 to 9, but we did do them for the last 4 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was no way that any of us could legitimately wait from Friday until Sunday. It just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, that was 2 days. It was too difficult to wait. It was too difficult to do, and it was like Friday morning when they like ran. I was like, I can't open up my email because of the rumors and the leaks that I like, all the alerts that come to my email. It's like, I had to not do anything for like 2 days, and it was so frustrating.
Yeah, no, I stand corrected. There was an official announcement made by Lucasfilm on November the 9th, 2017. But there's not been anything since then.
Yeah, and so I also
so as it currently stands, yes, he is making a trilogy, but bloody hell,
yeah.
I'm sorry
4 years?
to be 3.5 years from that announcement and to have not started principal photography. What the bloody hell is he doing?
Probably not actually working, would be my guess.
There's no way that Disney's gonna put someone on retainer.
No.
For 3.5 years, absolutely no way. But until we get an official announcement, oh my God, yeah, bloody hell.
Okay. So, Nev, what are your feelings on looking at IMDb before? Because I know that you're the spoiler deck guy.
Yeah, no, I don't want spoilers. Paul sent me a message the other day that was that had some parts of it redacted,
yes.
And he's like, "This is a Bad Batch spoiler. Do you want to know it?" And I went, "No." I said, "No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything." So
I won't.
So I never saw the redacted part of the message.
Okay, so I will say, without showing you, I won't even bring up the screenshot I've got here, but the first episode, just the first episode, and I think you and I have talked about this, 70 minutes long.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that you see. Here's the thing with me and watch parties is during all 4 episodes, I muted all of you.
Yeah, I know.
Because I muted every single one. I didn't mute my microphone. I just deafened the earphones so that I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Because dialogue is very, very important for me, regardless of what the scene is.
Yeah.
And after trying it for the first 5 minutes of an episode where I could hear everybody, it was like, no, I've got to turn it off. Got to turn it. I've got to. This is not. We've watched it once and we're watching it through again to review it. Talking, yes, during a second viewing, but I'm of the Mark Kermode school of thought where I just don't want to hear people when I'm watching something for the first time.
So then I'll say this. I say Tuesday night, May the 4th, you, myself, and Paul watch party.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get. Let's ask Doja.
And that is something that we have asked.
Let's ask. Well, he jumped on one of my live streams.
Did he
earlier
really?
on. Yeah, he jumped on one of my live streams.
So
when I was talking about Grand Arena Championships.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll send him a message.
Do it.
I'll send him a message on Twitter. Sorry, on Twitter, on Twitch.
Yeah.
And see if he responds.
Yeah. Now,
and obviously, I'll make it abundantly clear that under no circumstances
will we talk game.
Will we be discussing the game in any way, shape, or form?
This
will not be
a
subject that gets brought up. We just, want to get his perspective as a
fan.
As a fan.
Yeah, and that's so. For those of you who somehow stumbled across this live stream, who don't play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Nev and I are both content creators for the video game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. My YouTube channel, most of my channel's focus is almost entirely on the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. When it's not that, I'm always talking Star Wars, but we've reached out to. I reached out when the creators and the content creators, the devs over at Capital Games, when they came out and said, "Hey, we're going to start doing, reaching out to content creators again." I was like, "Hey, I'd love to have you on for season 7 of the Clone Wars to get your opinion, get your thoughts. Give me a holler if you'd be interested." And the response was, let us get back to you. It wasn't a no, it was let's get back to you. And because I don't want to talk Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes with them when we're focusing on the Bad Batch TV show. I want to focus entirely on the show, not the game. Now, on a side note, Aldre asks, aren't they releasing a Bad Batch character on May the 4th? And the answer is yes. And so that's another huge thing. I think a lot of stuff is going to drop May the 4th. I think we're going to get a peek behind the curtain. With a lot of things. I think we're going to get and let's hold on before I go into this. Nev, let's wrap up. Do you have any predictions for the Star Wars community for May the 4th? Do you think we're going to see certain things, or what do you think is going to happen?
I have no idea outside of this game what they're going to announce on May the 4th.
All right.
Literally no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But the changes. I mean, are we talking about the game as well, or just Star Wars?
Well, the game as well. I mean, it's part of it.
No. I mean, as part of the game, because of the recent announcement for GAC, it's going to have to be something to top that, and it's going to be very difficult for anything to even closely top that, as far as I'm concerned. But it's probably going to be Wrecker, because we've had his kit, so it's probably going to be Wrecker, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think for the game, I think we're going to get a lot of really cool stuff. I think we'll see, or at least get a hint at
Free Chewie
coming.
shards. Woohoo!
3 Chewie shards. I think we're going to get a lot of really cool stuff there. I'm hoping that we get some really major announcements for Star Wars comics. Things that we see there, Star Wars books. You guys know I'm an avid reader or listener. I mean, I always feel bad when I say I'm an avid reader because I'm always doing stuff and I can't sit down and read as much as I'd like. So I listen to everything. And as like the teacher in me is like, it doesn't really count if you're listening because you're affecting different aspects of the brain. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But like I connect with the Star Wars content and books and all that time all the time. And so I'm hoping that some more books get announced. I'm hoping that we see a lot more from, or maybe like we see trailers, teasers from the Book of Boba Fett. That would be awesome. Definitely more trailers for the Bad Batch, because a lot is going to be... I mean, we'll have seen episode 1, but what will we see otherwise? I'm really hoping that a lot of stuff. Personally, I would love to see Kathleen Kennedy step down on May the 4th, and the announcement that Jon Favreau is going to be taking over the creative director of Lucasfilm would be amazing. I've said this before. I don't care if he has to do if he has to hire someone to like run the business side of things. I want to see him as a as like the creative side of things, the creative director of things. That would be awesome. Oh, so for those of you interested, though, don't wait until May the 4th. This was something that came up on a comment earlier today, actually. May the 4th is not when Thrawn Ascendancy Greater Good comes out. It is April 27th. It's Tuesday of this week. So if you have an opportunity, or if you're waiting to buy the book, don't wait to May the 4th. It comes out on Tuesday. Right?
Yeah, you tweeted about it.
Yeah,
you tweeted about it, and I sent you a GIF back saying patience.
Yeah. So so I've got it. I pre-ordered the audiobook, but on my way to work on Tuesday, I'm absolutely gonna stop and pick it up. Very excited. I do have to. I was laughing at Rusty Jason's comment in the chat after I said that she'd be announcing that Kathleen Kennedy would announce that she's leaving on May the 4th. I don't actually think that's going to happen. But if Rusty Jason says, yeah, she'd only return for the Revenge of the Fifth, and that was perfect. That was perfect. Well, anyways,
on May the 4th we'd get A New Hope, and on May the 5th we'd get Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Right, Kathleen would come back with a fury and destroy everything, and she'd say Luke and Leia were just figments of the imagination of, I don't know, Biggs Darklighter or something. Yeah. Anyways, but if you are waiting for the audiobook to come out or the book to come out, check out the links in the section below. Audible, 2 free books, 1 month, guys. It is hard to pass up. I am listening currently to Thrawn Chaos Rising. I will finish it tomorrow in preparation for Thrawn Chaos Rising Greater Good on Tuesday. I'm very excited. But if you sign up for Audible, 1 free month, 2 free books, it's free to you guys. Sign up, quit, still help the channel, but you get audiobooks. And Nev, you've listened to some Star Wars audiobooks, right?
No, I've only read them.
So they're all in your mind. For me, the audiobooks are great because I don't have to think as hard. And like they're voice acted, they're really good. And Thrawn is amazing. I started it again on Thursday of this last week, and I've been listening to it periodically. And like I've got to say, as I'm listening to it, I just read Thrawn's dialogue and I giggle, like uncontrollably sometimes at just how blunt.
Do you know what the numbers are for the audiobooks for the new Thrawn books?
What do you mean?
How many people have bought it?
Oh, as far as pre-orders?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
That would be an interesting figure to know.
Yeah, I'd be curious about that as well. But I don't even know where I would go to find that. That will be something I look for over the next little bit. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. I do want to cut it at an hour and a half. These streams started at like just an hour, and then it was slowly creeping up. And I would have cut it an hour and a half though. Who does the voiceover for the Thrawn audiobook? I want to say it's Mark Thompson. I think he does a really good job. And the cool thing about the Star Wars books, regardless of, it's Mark Thompson. The cool thing about the audiobooks is it's not just the voice. You get the background. You get like ambiance. Like if they're in a cantina, they're talking. Like you get the people, the patrons, and it's not overwhelming or anything like that. But if someone ignites a lightsaber, you hear the hum of the lightsaber, right? Force light. I mean, it's really impressive, but it's not overly powerful that it pulls you out. But it in my mind, it just draws you deeper in. It's really cool. I will say that if you're interested, the what do you call it? The audio dramas of Star Wars. There were some really good ones in Legends material, in old canon. It's the new one that came out. There's Dooku, Fallen Jedi, or Jedi Fallen, something like that. Jedi Lost. That's what it's called. Dooku Jedi Lost. It's a whole cast of characters that do an amazing job. It's Asajj Ventress. It's Count Dooku. It's Count Dooku's family, which is really unique. It's like Sifo Dyas. It's awesome. So good, man. Like, just so good. But even the one, and it's gotten a lot of flack, but even Dr. Aphra is still a really, really good one. Love it. And again, you and I have talked about this. Dr. Aphra's a douchebag. And
no, it was recently discussed on Clownfish TV. And after we discussed it, and I thought, that's interesting.
That's cool.
You know, we were ahead of the curve.
Yes.
You and I discussing them, we were ahead of the curve.
We are often. I mean, we may disagree, but
I mean, it's a I mean, we are, you know, we've been ahead of the curve on several occasions.
Yes, we have.
Actually.
Yes, we have.
But you know, we don't get anywhere near the volume of people that.
But we always have a good conversation. So, but except when I cut you off, which is like always.
Yeah.
I blame it on my ADHD. I do. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Check back in again next week or later in the week. I'll post any updates as far as when we will be doing a live, our first Bad Batch review. I think we'll probably be trying for a live watch party. We won't show the episode, of course, but what we will do is we will just react to it.
You will watch us watching it.
Yeah. And it's fun to get reactions, especially we'll give you guys a time frame you can check in as well.
You can start watching at the same time as us. That's what we did the last time.
Yeah. So, well, anyways, this is perfect timing because now my computer's starting to mess up again. Join us though next week. I'll leave links in the section below. This has been Thaddeus and the Nev over here, not playing the bottom bitch this time. My partner in crime. Thank you guys for streaming with us tonight, for joining us tonight. Have a great week. I know I'm going to. I'm excited for it. And this has been